Big splash yesterday, agreeing to a 2-year deal with 2018 #1 overall pick Ayton, who's going to play center for them. That's the position they needed. It was exposed in their first-round loss to the Timberwolves, and so they're filling a need. Now it remains to be seen what kind of impact he'll have in LA, but the odds makers are not loving it. Well, a little bit of movement. An hour ago it was 9-1. Now it looks like it's 8-5-1, 8.5-1, and from 10-1 yesterday. So the odds not moving a ton. But this is the center that the Lakers needed to get, right? Tim Bontemps, this is the move they needed to make. What impact will it have?
They did need to get a center, and they got a center, a guy who will be their starting center. And there's also a reason why he was just bought out of his $35 million max contract by the Portland Trailblazers, a team that has not made the playoffs the last few years. He is a talented but inconsistent player who, playing with Luka Doncic and LeBron James, could potentially realize some of that talent. We saw him help the Phoenix Suns make the NBA Finals in 2021. He was a key part of that team. He lost again on 10 people in the Bucks in 6 games. But since then, there's been a lot more disappointments than successes, and this is a chance for him to reset the narrative around his career. If he does not, he's probably not going to get another better opportunity than the one he's got with the Lakers right now.
All right, but everything that's happened around the Lakers this week, Alan Hahn, has been connected to LeBron's decision last weekend to opt in, and the immediate follow that the statement his agent put out, talking about how he wants to monitor what happens and see if it helps them become close to winning a championship. Is this the kind of thing that's going to convince LeBron James to stick around in LA?
Yeah, just look at the roster right now and look at Ayton, and it's basically like he has a 1-year situation to see if he could stick and make a guy like Luka Doncic turn him into a really useful, talented player. You know, here's a guy that can give you a double-double when he's locked in, but, you know, that's the problem. He's not always locked in. I'm going to use Rich Paul's words here. Realistic chance to win it all. That's what he said when it comes to looking at, that's what LeBron wants, and that's what they're watching to see if the Lakers can build something like that. Okay, so Vegas is telling us, and the ESPN bet is telling us, that they might be the 4th best team in what is a loaded, very difficult West. 4th best is good. They're looking for a realistic chance to win a championship. So I will continue to watch and monitor LeBron James and Rich Paul and how they feel about the Lakers offseason going forward and whether or not he still wants to be there.
Tim McMahon, what do you make of the Ayton signing and its potential impact on this situation that we've been discussing over?
Yeah, look, there's a reason, as Bontemps said, that DeAndre Ayton, the former #1 overall pick, who has all the physical tools you could want in a center, has been dumped by his previous 2 franchises. Having said that, this is the right move for the Lakers to make. It is a high upside, low risk type of move, and how it fits with LeBron really isn't the point. Building around 40-year-old LeBron is not what the Lakers are trying to do here. Whether he's happy with it or not, that's not really that relevant. This is about Luka Doncic. If this hits, you've got a big man that can partner with Luka for a long time to come. But DeAndre Ayton's really got to change his approach, to change his ways, to do a lot of the things he hasn't been willing to do on a consistent basis for this to be the right fit with Luka Doncic. And the Lakers have to hope that Luka likes this enough to where he's willing to be patient and commit to them at least on a short-term extension when he's eligible to do so next month.
Bobby Marks, there's a lot of layers to this for the Lakers front office. Obviously, it needs to be about Luka long-term going forward. We don't know yet if he's going to sign long-term with them. That's next month, right? We'll find that out, right, about the possible extension. And that they have this LeBron situation. LeBron, via his agent, obviously letting it be known that he does not want to be ignored in all this. So where do you think all this is headed?
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a situation like this where you have a generational player like LeBron, a top 2 player of all time, and then you also are trying to hedge your bets for the future with Luka and trying to maximize flexibility down the road here. I think for me, it's going to be what's going to be the next move for this roster. That's what I'm more monitoring. They've got their center now. Okay, now we move on to how they're going to improve their backcourt, because their backcourt is awfully thin. 4th best odds in the Western Conference gets you to the 2nd round. That's as far as it gets to. And if the goal is to win a championship, probably the likelihood is that you probably have to go east to do so here. So for me, it's what's going to be the next move. Is it going to be in a trade? And here's the other thing, guys. If there's a trade out there where you do have to move a draft pick or some expiring contracts and it just moves the needle a little bit, are the Lakers willing to do that to kind of risk some of that flexibility moving forward?
Yeah, this is fascinating. And again, until we hear something from LeBron or I guess Rich Paul that indicates a solid, firm commitment to this year's Lakers, we're within our rights to continue to have this conversation.
I don't know if you're going to get that.
Right?
And everything you guys are saying, both Tim, you guys are both saying things that make sense because it is the future for the Lakers. It is about Luka Doncic and all that. But if you're LeBron James, it's also about whether it's a farewell tour, whether it's about still his own legacy. He was second-team All-NBA. This is not a guy falling off a cliff. This guy is still one of the best players in the sport. You want him to now just say, you're right, it's Luka's time now. I'll just sit back here and I'll fade off into the sunset. Do we really believe LeBron James is going to fade off into the sunset, into retirement? No. There's no way he's doing that. So this is a story that's not going away, and it'll get louder and louder.
LeBron James wanted a real chance to win a championship. He would have opted out of his contract on Sunday.
But he likes money. He likes a lot of money.
He chose money over excitement. So we will see what happens. But he had the chance to actually chase a championship on Sunday. He chose to opt into his money for a Laker team that lost in the first round of the playoffs and probably shouldn't even be fourth option.
Yes, you're describing a simple situation that he himself has made much more complicated, for sure. A lot more on this as we move along. We want to switch gears now to the New York Knicks because a month after the firing Tom Thibodeau, Knicks appear ready to hire his replacement. According to our Shams Charania, Knicks expected to hire two-time Coach of the Year Mike Brown as their head coach. And if you look at Brown's history, his first year with a new team has been pretty good. He's had at least an 8-win improvement in his first season in 3 of his 4 head coaching gigs, including an 18-win improvement in his first year with the Sacramento Kings just 2 years ago. Knicks won 51 games last season, so geez, if he adds 18 to that, that's pretty special. Yeah. Look, I mean, the Knicks, like, when you look at LeBron and where he might want to go, like, does that make sense? Mike Brown used to coach him.
Yeah, he did. And so there's that connection. I don't know if the Knicks hired Mike Brown because of that. I don't think there's any pursuit here when it comes to LeBron James from a Knick perspective. I threw it out earlier in the show as something that would be interesting as part of the story. If they're true to their words about wanting to play for a championship, I forget which one of you said it. I think it was Bobby. The path is easiest to go east, right? It's that week, no, and it's only because of the landscape in the east. So, what are his best options? He's already won a championship in Cleveland. There's not going to be a lot of buzz if he says, I want to go back to Cleveland, and I've seen word that they're not really interested in that. So then the only thing left is the one place he's avoided so many times in his career, including famously in 2010, and a place that every time he comes here, he's cheered and booed. It's the one place that the biggest story possibly would be him, and that, of course, is here in New York. I know none of us want to hear it, but when we just talk about the story and the narrative and what LeBron has been about throughout his whole career, the one place he could go would be here or just stay in L.A. I don't see any other options that have the same kind of juice and also the ability to win a championship.
They certainly don't have the same amount of juice for ESPN. If it goes anywhere else but the Knicks or the Lakers. I mean, look, sure. In a grand fantasy land, it'd be great if LeBron James